on? This is episode 1 of Rage Quit, the podcast where absolutely nothing is off limits. As you know, my name is N7 Nordic, Evan, and I'm joined today by my co-host, my cat, Turtle Man, and one of my closest friends for basically my whole life.
What's up, guys? It's N7 Rush, teammate / team captain, other team captain of N7 COD team. Here with, obviously, Evan here, N7 Nordic. Super excited to start this podcast. This podcast is a live stream, so it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
we're going.
And so we just wanted to kind of give you kind of an upfront idea of what this podcast is going to be about. And so really when we say the podcast, that slogan that nothing is off limits, we truly mean that. I mean, from one thing that's kind of different from other podcasts is because we're live streaming, you guys can live ask questions in the chat that we can answer. And that could be about any subjects, or it could be about something completely random that, you know, you want help with, advice with, or you just want our opinion on, or want to know more about us. You know, kind of as we dive into the weeks of episodes and things like that, I think we're going to be, I think we'll more than likely just kind of be getting into just a lot of different stuff. Nothing is really probably ever going to be like the same for podcasts, just because we're not going to really, we're not going to really structure it very much. We're just kind of riff, okay? Because we kind of do that all the time. We do that on stream. We do that, you know, every day when we talk. So that's kind of what we really want to do, and I think it's really unique that you guys can ask questions and you know, really get into the meat of things with us.
Yeah, and for those of you who will be or are listening, not live streaming, because obviously we're recording this and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to always tune into our streams. His is twitchtv.n7nordic, and mine is twitchtv.rushxbadass for any questions or anything or topics you want to hear on a future podcast, that kind of thing. So
yeah, and feel free to tweet at us if you know, want something in the podcast, you have suggestions or anything like that. First of all, you can go into the YouTube that we're going to be posting this on. We're going to be posting it on a brand new YouTube page called Rage Quit, and then we'll have our Twitter pages, so N7 Nordic, RushXBadass for his. And so tweet at us, let us know what you want, let us know what you need, things like that. Give us some questions, give us some stuff, feedback, anything that you want there. But I think we should just jump into it.
Yeah. I guess we could just Call of Duty first, probably.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we just hop straight into it.
Hop straight into it. Let me pull up that article, and we can kind of talk about, like, first of all, can we just shit on Cold War for a minute?
Yeah, we should probably do that. Okay, because here's the thing. Cold War is a terrible game. It is so bad. Cold War is the worst Call of Duty they've released in so long. It's just, oh my gosh. I don't know. They upped the health in it, which is awful. The max health in it is way upped. It just doesn't feel like a new AAA title game. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like I'm playing like an old game from 2008. That's what it feels like.
Right, and the other thing that's really frustrating about it is, like, as people who play competitively and people who are, you know, would be better than average on your lobbies, getting into a lobby where little Jimmy can get a VTOL because, you know, he's dying, but he's using a shotgun and just running around and shooting people, you know, that's really frustrating. You know, kill streaks are because you got kills in a streak. Like, that's the definition of it. And the fact that, you know, you can get all this stuff, the UAVs and the VTOLs and the nuke or the napalm strikes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just because you're in the game, like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. And what he's talking about is, so regular COD has kill streaks where literally you have to kill in a streak to get to, unlock that kill streak. Well, Cold War does it by points. It's just an added point system. So the more points you get, whether you die or not, then you can get your kill streaks. And that's terrible because it's literally called kill streaks. Not point streaks, kill streaks. That's pretty frustrating. So, and I don't know, I feel like all the maps on Cold War are pretty shit.
Yeah.
And just the whole dynamic of the game is not fun, especially playing in the competitive scene. It's just not as fun of a game as Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare is a great Call of Duty. It's like perfect. I think that's the best Call of Duty in my opinion since Black Ops 2. They really hit that one like perfectly because it's like I wasn't a big fan of Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4 with the super futuristic stuff and like Advanced Warfare as well. They were good games, but not as good as Modern Warfare. I just
For sure.
like Modern Warfare is just exactly how a Call of Duty should be, just straight gun skill, good maps. I mean, there's some shitty maps in Modern Warfare. There always is shitty maps that everyone hates on every Call of Duty, but it's just no one's wall running with jetpacks or whatever. No one's fucking using stupid things on you, like stupid futuristic things on you. It's just straight. You gotta aim and shoot like a Call of Duty should be. So.
Yeah, and I mean, with that being said, I know there's a lot of people that really like the game, and we're not trying to like dog on you for liking it. Like it could be some of your guys, it could be your style of game, and that's fine. Like that's okay. But for people who are in CDL, for people who are playing competitive Warzone, competitive gunfight, and things like that, it's just not up to par. You know, there's just so much of the game that just seems like it was designed for everyone to be successful, and that's not how Call of Duty should be. It's a competitive game. It's a game where can be a lot on the line, and you don't just want to be able to like even that out for everybody, especially with a thing that's nearly confirmed. I don't think it's fully confirmed yet, but where as your skill goes up and as you're playing better, they actually decrease your hitbox to make it harder for you to get kills, and like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That you shouldn't have to deal with people in lobbies like going on a roll and then Call of Duty being like, whoa, slow it down, you're not giving everyone else a chance to get good kills, and so we're going to shrink your hitbox that you have already gotten used to and make it harder for you to get kills. Like that makes no sense. That is absolutely ridiculous.
They really, I feel like Cold War was like put out there for people that are not as good. It's very easy for people that are not great at Call of Duty to come into Cold War and get high kill games like that because of stuff he was saying. So.
And I mean, regardless of that, and regardless of how we feel about the game, there's still some really cool upcoming stuff that they have that's kind of been leaked out a little bit that would be kind of fun to get into. First off, that I think is actually going to be really interesting is there's been some hints at the next Zombies map.
Was it Kino?
So there's it looks like there is a Kino kind of. Hey, I like Cold War.
Cold War's trash. Next.
There's rumors and there's like some photos, and I can't really show them to you mostly because they're not. I don't think they're like technically like allowed to be leaked, and I don't know. Maybe they're just teasers. And I don't know if you can see this, but it says Omega has developed new limitless power source. And it kind of looks like, if you can see that, I don't think you can, but it kind of looks like almost Summit is in the map. Like the way that the stairs come up and things like that, it kind of looks like Summit. Maybe it could be 5. But then some of the other kind of leaks that they've had look like the Pack-a-Punch in Kino. It looks like that theater room in Kino. And those photos say scientists quarters team reviews dark ether intelligence here. Radio room, when the time is right, I will contact you. And Dr. Peck's personal quarters, Omega scientist in charge of Outpost 25. And it appears to be the bedroom from Kino where you can pick up the reel. So with those pictures and that evidence, I think we can safely say that there's going to be elements of Kino in the new Zombies map, which, I mean, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
The new map is pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I do enjoy the new map a little bit. Yeah. I think it could have used some more development on, size and layout and things like that. But for them to just come out here now and be like, let's do a tribute to Black Ops and things like that, and have these teasers. There's a lot of expectations, at least on my side.
Oh, for sure.
For this new map, because they absolutely killed it with Kino, The Rise, Launch,
like Transit was a great map.
Yeah, all of these maps, Town, like they have.
I think it'd be cool because it is a Black Ops. I think it'd be cool for them to come out with a Black Ops or a Nuketown Zombies, because Nuketown Zombies fun.
Yeah, and they had that in Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, exactly. They did have that in Black Ops 2, and it's because sometimes when I hop on Zombies, I just want to just go and just try and survive forever. Like I do like the new zombies map dynamic, but I feel like it's just a lot where previous zombies like Nuketown or whatever, you're just there and there's no really objective to it besides surviving. The new zombies, obviously, there's a lot of stuff you have to do to be able to survive those.
Right.
And I feel like
it's more about finishing those objectives than just getting kills now.
exactly. And
Right.
like I used to always hop on Black Ops 2 and my go-to zombies map was just town, and you know, all the perks are already there. You just open up the doors and you're just trying to survive for as long as you can, and that's I loved that. That was my favorite.
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of like highlights that we would love to see, kind of, because we know that they're not going to come out with 2 maps only for this game. There's no way.
Yeah.
They've got this year and next year in development of zombies, because that's kind of how this works. 2 companies, one does the Modern Warfare series, one does the Black Ops series, if you didn't know.
Treyarch and Activision.
Throughout the 2 years until their next Call of Duty game for Treyarch, they're going to be, you know, keeping working on zombies, adding multiplayer maps and things like that. So, you know, having something like a Kino map would be really cool. Plus, I think that they really have an opportunity to re-release maps that we loved. Like, what's the big ass prison map? Alcatraz.
Oh, Alcatraz.
Alcatraz. Maps like Alcatraz and maps like Town or Transit. Maps like the World War II map. You know, things like that. Obviously, there was objectives in those, and some of them were pretty difficult, but it was fun. It was different, and things like that. And another really, really cool part, moving out zombies a little bit, is that they've already confirmed that 8 maps from Black Ops 1 and 2 are going to be released on multiplayer for this new...
For Cold War?
For Cold War.
And that's going to make me want to play the game more, because maps, like, they already did... What was that map? It's like the mansion map that they already put in the game. I don't know what it's called, but... Either. Or like the yacht one on Black Ops 2. It's like one of my favorite maps. Or... Yeah, I mean, there's just so many good maps on Black Ops 2. I love Black Ops 2 maps and Black Ops 1 maps.
Yeah, and so they've talked about releasing Summit. They've talked about releasing the transit map where, you know, you've kind of got the big train station in the middle and the trains are on the outside, which is a really nice map. I think that's from Black Ops 2.
Yeah, Transit is Black Ops 2.
Not the zombies map.
Oh.
Let's see what it's called. I have it pulled up on my phone.
Oh, it's, the trains that go through in the middle?
No, it's on the outside.
Oh, what's that one that... Oh, I know. I think I know what you're talking about. I didn't play Black Ops 1 as much as I played Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is really when I got into Call of Duty, so... And I did play Black Ops 1, but I really got into COD when I started playing Black Ops 2.
Oh, and this looks like a training. Looks like a photo of training.
Yeah, it does. Oh, the training course from Black Ops 2.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's a great map, and I think if they release that, that'd be awesome. The other one that they have, it's right up here. Sorry, give me a second. I have it pulled up somewhere. I wonder if it just got deleted, because it was just right here. I had it pulled up. This is weird.
Anyways, while he's pulling that up, yeah.
Cold War... Express. Express is what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the train running through the center. And they actually run. No, it like runs to the center. You can get hit by it and die. That's Black Ops 2.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was a good map. I like that map too.
Yeah, and I think adding that element to keep people like us engaged, who really grew up with those games, is going to be really helpful for us.
I'd be way more willing to play it if I played on maps that I enjoy, and if they added certain, maybe more guns from. I guess it is from Cold. It is called Cold War, so it's kind of based, you know, back. But
like maps like Hanoi from Black Ops 1, that's a perfect map for this.
Yeah.
And honestly, like if we're getting down to it, the only map that I get excited to play are maps that are from old Call of Duties, because in my opinion, the new maps on all of the Cold War, I hate.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Cartel, just bushes and warehouse camping.
And what is it? My all-time hatred on
Satellite.
Satellite's
just
terrible.
Like freaking dune and some boulders.
Yeah, it's literally like right-hand side of the map is, or like one side of the map is literally like tight quarters and like caves and boulders, and then as soon as you exit that, you're in the dunes and you're just like. It's, I don't know. It's just terrible. Infinite Warfare? Yeah, we did play Infinite Warfare.
Of course. Infinite Warfare was really good. For me, personally, because of the way it came out and the way, like, I when I started with Call of Duty, I think it's more sentimental for me. Is like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1 are these two games that like, really pushed me to start gaming. Like I never really spent hours on a console until games like Modern Warfare came out, where you were absolutely spending 6 hours when you got out of school and playing like 1v1s. I mean, even
those were the good old days when you get out of school, turn on your Xbox 360 and hop on and join a party with the boys and play till about 11 a.m.
Yeah, get screamed
PM.
at by 35-year-olds just cussing at you, and you're in middle school and you're like, oh geez.
Yeah.
But I mean, even things like I know it's stupid, but we used to do the thing, I think it was called charging, or whatever it is, where you and your friend could do the glitch to both get into a free-for-all map in order to get camos and stuff.
Yeah.
And you would just sit there in a corner with tac revives, whatever they're called.
Or like the tactical insertion.
Insertions, yeah. And so you plant that, and for one game, your friend was just killing you, and then the next game you were killing your friend, and you were getting nukes, and you were getting camos and stuff like that. Yeah. It was such an absolute ruin to the game, and I can honestly tell you that the people that had to deal with us were probably the people that were like now, where we're like, oh, those kids suck. But
yeah,
I don't know, it was part of like how we grew up playing the game, and it was how we learned how to be competitive and things.
You know what's funny is because you were saying like you were more into Modern Warfare 2 and then Black Ops 1. I'm the opposite. I was more into Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2.
Oh, for sure. And I was definitely into those games. But like I think just like growing up, I hung out with you and Jaden pretty much only.
Yeah. Because
I hated everyone at my school.
Yeah.
They were stupid. And like we would just get online and we would immediately start playing.
Yeah.
And like that was all we did.
Yeah. Yeah, those were good. I mean, yeah. When we tackled most of the Cold War, Call of Duty stuff.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a ton of leaks. And honestly, like, as far as it goes for me, like, what I want to see and kind of what we're looking forward to is just Cold War really picking it up.
I just want to see Cold War, like, take the input of the actual players and not just your day-to-day player where he hops on and plays for 30, 45 minutes. More like take the advice from some of the pros, the people that play professionally, and I know why they don't do that as much and why they don't tend to that, because the amount of pros there are that play competitively versus the amount of average players. There's a small percent of pros, obviously that's why they're professionals, over the average player. So they're gonna take the average player because they want. It's all about profit, you know. They want to make a game that's going to be fun for the average player, the day-to-day player that just plays every now and then has fun and goes and gets kills. And I understand that, but at a certain level, you have to find the balance between that. And so I'm just hoping that Cold War and Treyarch will take a little bit of the professional player advices and
even just take the styles and some of the input that games that have gone over well have, like Modern Warfare.
Like Modern Warfare is a great game where the average player can play, and it's also great competitively.
And they added CDL League, so like if you aren't the kind of person that wants to play in a super intense, highly skilled match, you don't have to play in League. But they have that option. They have the balancing in Modern Warfare for us to be like, okay, we're gonna hop in League and we're gonna play with people of our caliber. And it's going to be all the same. I mean, there's not really any crazy advantages. There's no shotguns. There's no LMGs. Yeah. There's no marksman rifles. So it's just definitely designed for people like us. And Cold War has the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I don't know why they haven't. It's super stupid.
They've rumored it, and they've said that they want to add CDL League in the season. But so far, they've added everything but. And that's really frustrating for us.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty frustrating.
And I think it'll come back up as more leaks keep happening and as we keep seeing more things about it. I think it'll definitely be a topic that comes up semi-frequently and release a pro version. I mean, definitely. I mean, I think a lot of Call of Duties have. Like, when Modern Warfare came out, CDL League was unrestricted. And they didn't really know exactly what CDL League was going to be for a game mode because it was the first time that they had it as an actual game mode in Call of Duty besides private matches. And so when they added it, it took some growing pains, and they figured out what the balance is for lobbies that are public matches for CDL rules. And, I mean, once they found that balance, you would think that the Call of Duty franchise as a whole would be like, oh, hey, this is working really well. let's put this into all of the Call of Duties so that these people who want to play competitively and want to stop having to bitch and moan about game modes, they have that opportunity.
Exactly. And they don't even need to release like a pro version. They just need to add the game mode for League, which restricts certain weapons. So in Modern Warfare in League, it restricts certain weapons like shotguns and just stupid stuff that's like, it just doesn't make sense in the game. That's not for pros.
Right.
And for the average gamer. But if they release that, then that'd be different. Because 90% of the time in Cold War, I'm dying from a shotgun.
Right.
Because shotguns are overpowered. They always have been. In every single Call of Duty, there's always one shotgun that's way too overpowered, and it's just dumb. Cross-mapping with shotguns, like, it's great. It's a good time.
Yeah.
So, but they don't even need to release a pro version. They just need to do a few tweaks on, like, the health and stuff. And I think with CDL League, if they did release a game mode for League, they should tweak the health, because the health on casual matches is way too high. But then hardcore, you get shot in the toe once and you're dead. Hardcore on that game is terrible. It's the worst hardcore I've ever played.
And it has been tweaked a little bit. I'll give them credit for that. They realized hardcore was absolutely ridiculous, and they did tweak it a little bit. It wasn't enough, naturally, but it was just like the DMR nerf. And that had more hype.
Talk about that.
That had more hype, obviously, because every single professional gamer who had a platform and every single nobody was tweeting about it, like how much it broke Warzone. I mean, it was the biggest, like, there's no one that can challenge that. There's no gun that can challenge. It's the biggest freaking overpowered gun that's ever been in Warzone.
Yeah, and so for you guys who don't know, Call of Duty, they transferred all of, you're able to use all of Cold War guns now in Warzone.
Right.
And it's the DMR-14 from Cold War. Well, someone made a build of it and found out that it's overpowered, and you could two-tap someone with full shield, and it shot AR bullets.
Right.
So you could carry 210 bullets and two-tap someone, and it was way overpowered. And it was way overpowered for months.
Right. And so basically, if you think about it like this, if you play Modern Warfare, there's a gun called the SKS. And it's a very similar gun to the DMR in that it's high damage, big magazines, and it's semi-automatic, just like the DMR. But that gun is a tac rifle, or a marksman rifle, so you get 40 bullets in your extras, plus whatever your mag is, and then take that gun, add damage, and reduce recoil, and that's what you get from the DMR. I mean, this thing has 210 bullets. It has more damage than a tactical rifle, or marksman rifle, excuse me, and it has less recoil.
Yeah, some of these builds people were doing, you just absolutely laser people. And now, so they did the first DMR nerf, and then it didn't do anything. But then they did the second one, and it did something. And the DMR's not overpowered, but it's actually still a viable weapon. You can still use it, and it's good for distances. But I actually think for the first time in a long time, they actually did a good nerf and made a balanced weapon.
Right.
Because it's not super, super overpowered, but it's not like super, super underpowered where you're not getting kills with it. It's actually at a good balance point now, and it's a good viable weapon. I probably won't be using it just because I have classes I already run, but I was using it when it was overpowered because we would just you couldn't fight against it. Same with the R9 shotgun with the fire, like with the incendiary rounds.
The Diamati's, the MAC-10.
The Diamati's, the MAC-10.
The SPR when it came out.
The MAC-10 is still crazy, bro.
I looked at my stats for the week that the SPR came out, and I had a nearly 7.5 KD.
Yeah.
When the SPR, because I could literally sit in places and it was basically like shot tracing because I didn't have to lead. You didn't have to worry about movement because as soon as you pull the trigger, it's hitting the spot that you're hitting. I mean, there was no delay. You could beam people out of helicopters without having to account for the movement of the helicopters. You had to aim at the freaking head, and it didn't have any drop. So I mean, I think there's a clip on my Xbox, not on my Twitch, of me making a 1,000-meter shot with absolutely no account for bullet drop. Like that was insane, but it wasn't even nearly as insane as a DMR.
Yeah. DMR, it was just as soon as you knew, if you've been playing, you knew when you were getting shot by DMR, and you'd just be like, "Yep, I'm dead." Right. Unless you had cover, you're dead. It's just
right. You had no shot, and
because it's great close up, like not like super close quarters, but it's good like medium close to long range. Like you can literally hit 300 yards with that thing and just smack people with it. Well, you could. But
And I would like to point out too that I've used the DMR a few times now in Resurgence and in the Cold War map that was released on Warzone since the nerfs. And I honestly believe, still to my core, that the DMR is one of the best guns for Resurgence. If you pair your DMR with an MP5, a Mac-10, a Bullfrog,
even dual Diamantes.
I mean, they're so bad now.
Are they actually?
Yeah.
Are they bad?
I can't even handle them though.
I never use dual wields though, but
your accuracy in the Diamantes, you're probably making about 35-40% of the shots, even as a good shooter. Personally,
true.
from what I've used.
Yeah.
And I'm not a dual wield kind of person. Like I wouldn't
either.
consider myself like highly skilled in dual wield weapons. But I know how to hit shots. And I think it's still like viable for people who really want that secondary and to have one class with Ghost and things like that. Like I think it's still a viable option for close quarters. I think it just takes a little bit more skill than before.
Yeah.
But
well, like I was seeing Nick Merckx just built a new Car 98 class, and it's nutty. This build is nutty, and he was fucking fragging with just a Car 98 and a Mac 10.
Yeah, no, that's insane. And I think it's interesting watching those guys and the guns that they build because they're not. I mean, a lot like if you watch Tim the Tapman, he does a lot of TikTok builds. He looks at what's going viral for guns on TikTok. And so he recently did a Stoner build, he did a Krig build, and he did a...
I think the Krig is kind of the new wave. And I was looking and stuff. I think, honestly, the AMAX is the new upcoming, like... I think that's the wave right now, is what I was looking at. And I haven't been able to try out the build that they were doing, but I want to try it out.
The only thing I don't like about the AMAX is someone who's used it since it came out on Warzone too. Like I still have my AMAX class. One thing that was frustrating to me is it beams really close. It beams at like 100 meters, but that mid like 40 to 80, there just seems to be this lull. And maybe it's my build, but I've played around with it a lot. It seems to be this lull where people who have like M13s, M4A1s, people who run in the Ram 7, guns like that, they're beating you because, you know, you have just this weird mid-range recoil that is harder to account for. And so that's a little frustrating, but I still think it's a really great gun. The AN-94 too. I think it's a super underrated gun. I've used
so is the Krig, but I mean it's not as underrated. But Krig is like you can build a Krig with just straight beam, no recoil.
Yeah, and that's what I rep right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I still rep the Asvel and I love it. But I've tried that Asvel build on controller and it's harder. There is a little bit of recoil still, but it shoots like it lasers. It's hard to control on the controller. And I play mouse and keyboard. So, and it's way easier to control that recoil with the mouse than it is. I didn't like it as much on the controller.
No, and I think for me, I do like the Asvel, but when you maybe are pressed in a 1v3 situation or even a 1v2 situation, sometimes that extra mag size makes a big difference. Yeah. Going from a 30 to a 60, where you can get
because the Asvel stock is only 20 or something, and you can only go up to a 30.
You can only go up to a 30. My M13's a 60. My Ram 7's a 50. My Krig is a 60.
It's funny because I actually use the Asvel, obviously different builds of the Asvel in League. When we play League in Modern Warfare, I use the Asvel as well.
Right.
It's a great gun for League.
Right. One of the things that's really great about the Asvel is that it's so convertible. Like it's just
it's versatile.
It's versatile. Yeah. Like I was repping the Asvel last night in Hardcore Search. And, you know, was dropping 14 and 2s really easy, and we were just screwing around. Like,
because you can get it, quick. You can get the Asvel if you build it right to ADS super quick and like just be a beam basically and have little to no recoil.
Well, in hardcore, if you are a good shot, it's one shot.
Exactly.
And that was the great thing about it for me is like last night, with the Asvel.
Can't you put like what gun is that? Is that the Asvel where you can put like the 308 10 round 308 mags in it?
Yeah, it's 10 rounds and it's like I think it's a 308. It's something like that. And I mean that's great, but it's just a foul. At that point, it's just a foul, and I'm more comfortable using the foul if I'm trying to use a semi-automatic gun.
I like the foul a lot.
Yeah, and the
Foul used to be overpowered as hell in Warzone.
Yeah.
They nerfed it a bit.
But. They recently buffed the Scar too, which didn't really make very much news. And I thought that was awesome.
I've never really given the Scar a try.
In Resurgence, I picked up the purple Scar. I don't remember what they call it. The elongated version, not the short stubby one that they have. And I think I got 7 kills off of the prison block, just with that Scar, because it was beaming, and in Resurgence, having something that has high power, low fire rate isn't a big deal.
Yeah.
But
dude,
go ahead.
NFC and AFC championships tomorrow.
It is.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow.
Who's your team? So it's Bucks and Packers
Bucks
and Bills and Chiefs.
Right.
Honestly, I'm going Bucks over Packers and Bills over Chiefs. And I want Bills to win the whole thing.
Oh.
I don't want Chiefs to win again. I hate 2 years in a row. I hate the Packers. And I don't want to see Tom Brady win either. But I want to see Tom Brady win more than the Packers. So I want the Bucks to win against the Packers and go to the Super Bowl, and then I want the Bills to win over the Chiefs, and then I want the Bills to win it all.
See, I see the side of wanting the Bills to win because they don't have that success typically. Yeah. But I think one of the interesting aspects of that is I'm a big Patrick Mahomes fan.
I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan too. I just don't want to see 2 years in a row.
I know, but I think it'd be really fun to see, I mean, for him to secure his place already, being as young as he is and have 2 Super Bowls under his belt, I think would be incredible. But the thing that interests me more than any of that, I mean, I don't even care about the Chiefs-Bills game that much, is seeing Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. Because those are two of the greatest quarterbacks, that have ever lived, and they're going to be going head-to-head. Obviously, Tom Brady has very, very proven himself that it doesn't matter what he's been given. He can switch teams. He can have new coach, new offense, and still come out successful.
Yeah, I mean,
but Aaron Rodgers
in my eyes, I don't care about stats or anything. It's just in my eyes, I think Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time.
Oh, for sure, and statistically, I think it speaks for him too.
Yeah, certain stats know, and
right. Aaron Rodgers and
Breeze has the overall on passing yards. He's got 86,000 or something crazy.
Yeah, Breeze holds passing yards. I think actually Aaron Rodgers holds passing touchdowns, if I remember right. So it'll be interesting though, because Tom Brady is this quarterback who has the thing that no one else has, and that's the GOAT clutch moment that Aaron Rodgers, sure, he's got a super great clutch capability, but no one has ever been able to do what Tom Brady has been able to do in the fourth quarter. And that's what's going to be interesting is I'm super excited for that game. Because you have 2 of the greatest quarterbacks going head-to-head for the Super Bowl position. They're both going to be putting it all on the line. So I think it's going to be a super great game. Yeah. And the Packers, I think, probably have the better offense. And I really don't want to speak to the defenses of either, because I think both defenses are actually pretty great.
Yeah.
But I think what it's going to come down to is the IQ of the quarterbacks and who's going to bring out the better plays. That's what I think is going to happen. Is they're going to have to be a little bit more creative, because they've been playing against each other for 15 seasons now. I think it is.
Exactly.
So they know each other. They know what they know each other and how they play, and they know what they're going to do. And so it'll just be interesting to see, how they counter that. Who's going to clutch up and who's going to go full GOAT status on the game to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So guys, sorry we switched so quick. This is not just obviously yes, it's going to be more pushed towards gaming, but like we said in the beginning, this is not just a gaming podcast / live stream. This is literally everything. So we're just gonna switch topics crazy,
right? And
you just gotta roll with it. But
right now, I'm gonna switch topics and just gonna say something real quick. R.I.P. to Hank Aaron. R.I.P. to Larry King.
Yeah.
Larry King died this morning. That's crazy.
Did he actually?
Yeah, Larry King died this morning, man.
No way.
I just saw it on my Twitter right here. Larry King, one of the greatest newscasters, someone I grew up watching on our television.
87.
He died. Yep.
60-year.
He was going
63-year broadcasting career.
He was undergoing COVID-19 treatment and I think just slipped away.
That's crazy.
It wasn't confirmed that COVID-19 was his cause of death. So I don't want to say anything about that or be suggestive on anything with COVID-19, and that's not why I brought it up. But Hank
crazy.
Aaron died too. Hank Aaron is an absolute legend.
Yep.
Thoughts and prayers to both the King family and Hank Aaron's family. Hank Aaron is someone that my family grew up. We're a baseball family. Grew up knowing who Hank Aaron is. People like him, Jackie Robinson. You grew up learning about who they are and why they changed the game. And so I think it's crazy. I mean, 2020 proved to be a terrible year. We had a lot of celebrity deaths that hurt, like Kobe Bryant. I actually got my Kobe Bryant flannel on me right now. But Larry King and Hank Aaron, those are also incredibly big deaths, and they were older and it had kind of become their time, but it's still extremely sad to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I was just G2 for Rocket League is playing right now. That's pretty awesome. RLCS, yeah. They're live, yeah. I was just looking at that.
Where are they playing right now?
They are playing United.
United?
Yep.
Oh, that reminds me. Did you see the SSG G2 1v1 scrimmage that they did?
That
was really cool. I can't remember who played, but
I'm assuming it was probably JNaps, because JNaps or Chicago are more the 1v1ers on that team.
And I don't know enough about Space Station Gaming players to tell you who that was, but it was really interesting to watch them because you could tell that they were both kind of giving each other time to set up shots and stuff like that, and really see who's the better shooter in a lot of these scrimmages. And it was really fun to watch how some of the control that they have on the ball and some of their abilities to make
Seriously,
some of these crazy shots. It blows my mind.
I feel like I'm pretty decent at Rocket League, and I play with some of my other friends that don't play as much, and they're like, "Damn, you're super good." And then I've connected with some of our pros from N7 that play, and they just make me look like a cardboard 3 ranking. It's so crazy. They're just, all you have to do when you're playing with them is just put the ball up in the air, and then they're gonna be there somehow, and they're gonna score.
We only have 1 or 2 SLs in our.
SSLs, yeah. I don't know how many there are.
I think we only have 1 or 2 in our team.
Well, Lightning, but a bunch of them are Grand Champ 2s and 3s.
Right.
But I think Lightning's SSL right now, and
Phantom?
I think Fire Phantom, yeah, I think he's SSL. I'm not sure.
I know Wheeler is, I mean, sorry Wheeler if you watch this and I'm wrong. You're GC 2 right now, I think is what you said. And I could be super wrong, but
yeah.
I mean, as a person on my level who is consistently plat, doesn't matter if I think I should be diamond or not. I'm consistently plat.
Hey, we've tried. We have tried, man. Me and his brother have tried to carry you to diamond, and it just doesn't work.
I know, man. And it's
we'll get there. We'll get there.
But as someone like that, someone who's not good at air rolling and
aerialing
and someone who's not super great at air control on the ball. It's really fun to watch some of these guys, especially people who are in this 1v1 scrimmage between G2 and SSG. It was really fun to watch how you could see based on their gameplay how their mind was working, how they were setting up these shots, and what this was going to take. So it was really fun to watch that, and really fun to kind of see the ability to make me look like an absolute bot, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And I wanted to bring this up. There's so much bad stigma around esports. It's and I'm no hate or anything, but the older generations is oh, you can't make a career out of gaming. That's stupid. The Rocket League is one of the most skill gapped games I've ever played. And let me tell you why. Because Rocket League, or Call of Duty, you can hop on. A brand new player can hop on Call of Duty and start getting kills, right? And obviously, with ranking systems in Rocket League, you can start scoring goals and whatever. But, the skill gap from a beginner player to a top player in Call of Duty, yes, there's a lot of time put in and everything, but I feel it doesn't take as much to get to that point. It does take a lot of work, but it doesn't take as much as it would for Rocket League. I've been playing Rocket League for 5 years now, is when I first downloaded the game. 5 years. That's 5 years of playing. And that's not like consistent everyday playing, but I've had the game for 5 years and I've been playing it.
Yeah,
I am nowhere near the skill level of any of these pros.
Right,
That's what I'm saying. The dedication to being a pro and to putting that much time in, it's crazy. These people are like literally, these pros are acting like it's a job. They're doing 8 hours a day of Rocket League.
Right.
They're going 9 to 5, working 40 hours a week on Rocket League, if not more.
All right, and I think it's important to point out too. There's the element of something that you can't just train to get. It's that Michael Jordan, that Kobe Bryant, that Steph Curry thing, where you were just born with this innate talent that you were destined to be that person.
Yeah.
Like for us with Call of Duty, yes, you can train and get to our level, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I at least in my opinion, we have an innate ability when we're both trying and
we're
focusing.
super humble.
Well, this isn't trying to be brag, but like
Basically,
when
what we're saying is
we're
we're
both
the
focusing
best.
and trying, like we're at a level in which you do kind of have to have either that long time training, because I mean probably 12 years of me playing Call of Duty.
Yep. Same.
And yeah, 12 years for you. Like at a certain point, you're gonna reach your max skill level that you're gonna get in Call of Duty. You're gonna reach your max skill level you're gonna get in Rocket League. And
Yeah.
I personally believe there's not much more room for me to grow in Rocket League. Because it's just
You don't want to be hitting like double flip resets, dude?
I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to do that because I don't know what that means. What's up, Brock?
Brock, what's going on?
But that's the thing though, is like for us, Call of Duty is that thing. For these guys, that Rocket League is that thing. And yes, they put a freaking lot of time into it, but like people like these guys that we play with, some of these guys on SSG, these guys on G2. These guys have this innate ability, this Michael Jordan mentality, this Michael Jordan gift that just makes them better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Innately better.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. It blows my mind.
Can you say Uamo Daro Q? I just said it. I hope I didn't just like give my life away.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, man.
Okude _ hi from Brazil. Can we Google Translate that shit real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if I should have said that either, but I did say it. That's cool, I guess. I said it, and it's
Wait,
live.
Brock, do you know what that means?
Man, Twitch is funny.
Also, thanks for that follow.
Yeah, thank you for the follow, Okude.
I don't know if we have any alerts.
We don't have any live alerts set up on this one.
I totally forgot about that.
We'll get working on it. I mean, it's obviously first podcast, so it's gonna be a little slow, but that's okay. But yeah, back to that. Like,
what language do they speak in Brazil?
I think it's a mix between Spanish and Portuguese, right?
I don't know, man. Oh, look, I'm gonna put on detect language. Detect language. Hold on. EU.
It's Portuguese. Davey. What's up, Davey? How you doing, homie? But yeah, and so kind of getting back to it, that's kind of our piece on that. It is Portuguese.
Oh, God.
I love giving ass.
That's what. So.
Jeez. So I just said I love giving ass.
That's it. Google Translate says I love giving ass. Nice.
All right. Okay, dude. You really got me there, bro.
Boom roasted.
All right.
Wait, don't say it. Don't say it. I gotta look it up first, man.
What?
What he just typed.
Davey. Nope.
Yep. Which?
It's an Enye. It's an Enye.
I don't know what that means, man. David C
is BR. He's Battle Royale. That's dope. Oh, jeez. So I just said I love
Davey, what do you mean no day?
Well then, no day.
I don't know what any of that means.
Well then, I just said I love giving ass.
Yeah.
Live on a podcast, on a stream. So that's really cool. Thank you, Okude, for that. That was interesting. I mean, I guess we can set me up to look like an idiot. That's fine. I don't really care.
Hey, Evan, spell iCup, dude.
What does iCup mean? But anyways, yeah. Some other things. Let's talk about streaming a little bit because we kind of talked about gaming. Congrats, Evan. Thanks, Tuggy. Some other things that we kind of talked about. with gaming, we talked about Call of Duty. We talked about some of the leaks. Talked about what we're excited for, what we want out of Call of Duty. We talked about Rocket League, but we didn't really talk about streaming.
Yeah, we did not.
And that's something that Chase and I, Rush, we've both really been, I guess, trying to figure out how to make a career out of this. And there's a lot of growing pains. There's a lot of frustrations. A lot of ranking yourself by numbers. I think is one thing that on stream I'm always trying to be positive and always trying to not let it look like numbers affect me, but it's something that you can't control. Yeah. It's something that you have no ability, because the way that you become successful is by numbers. So obviously you're going to be ranking yourself by numbers. Yep. And I know we have a couple other streamers in here, so I want to shout them out real quick because it is part of this. Make sure you follow us, N7 Nordic. Make sure you follow Rush at RushXBadass. But then the guys chatting in here, Brachiosaurus, Davey, these guys are A+ level streamers. These guys are absolutely dope to watch. And yet none of us are at the level that we want to be at, I guarantee. Yeah. And there's no fret on that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, when they first get into streaming, think it's going to be easy and think it's going to come fast, and it's a lot of work, especially because you're not just sitting there playing video games. People you're not going to get that following that you're looking for if you're just sitting there playing video games, doing like you would normally do. You have to not put on a face, but you have to interact, and you have to be entertaining.
Right. You have to have that entertaining mentality.
You have to have that entertaining mentality. When you're streaming, especially if you're focusing on streaming, your priority can't be the game. Your priority has to be the stream. Unless, obviously, if I'm in a tournament and I'm streaming a tournament, my priority is the tournament, right? But when you're just regular day-to-day streaming, mm-hmm. you gotta be really super attentive. You gotta interact with every single person that's in your chat, and yeah, it's a lot more work than people think. And obviously, we're not even at the level that we are. We're not even close to the level we want to be at.
No.
Yeah, but it is a lot of work, and especially because obviously the more money that you put into your streaming stuff, the more you're gonna get out. Just simple things like even a green screen, like you see behind us right now. Green screen's $20 on Amazon. Add that, adds a little flair to it. Not a lot of people have a green screen. Even starting with a camera as well, or a higher quality mic, stuff like that, to make your stream a little bit better, to really just up it, so when people watch, they really get draws their attention in, and they don't want to stop watching.
Right, and the other part about that is, with your stream, you can't just, for me, it was well, I watched all these streamers, I started streaming in the first place because of Stone Mountain 64, who's a Facebook streamer. People like him, people like Min Dynasty.
Hilarious.
I know, these guys who are big time. They're the ones that motivated me to give it a shot. Right, the playing part is the perk we have. And exactly. The important part that I had to remember is I am not them. I'm not Tim the Tap Man. I'm not Nick Merckx. We're the budget version of Tim and Nick Merckx.
Seriously, he's the budget version of Tim. I'm the budget version of Nick Merckx. Yeah. Let's fucking get it.
It's kind of funny. We're absolutely the great value version of Tim and Nick.
The fucking Kirkland brand.
Yeah, Kirkland's better. But the thing that I really had to get my head around is I'm not them. I can't stream and act like them. I can't revolve and add things from my streams that are theirs, because then I'm just looking like a copycat. Finding that unique way to engage with an audience and being, something that is different and captivates. Yeah, thank you. Captivates your audience in order to be a part of it. And I think
exactly.
So far we both build pretty cool communities that are smaller, but people that we really like.
You just have to find something that sets you apart. If you're just another typical streamer that's just doing the same thing, you're not going to grow. You got to find something that sets you apart, right? Like Nick and Tim and all these guys, they have their thing, Nick's Tim the Tap Man. He's got the tats. He's got everything, all of that, and they've all got their thing, their stigma. And is that a word? Stigma? Yeah, that's a word. Okay, nice.
Right, they have the personalities that are unique that make them entertaining. And they have a stigma to them.
Yeah, okay.
That would be the correct way to say that.
What about an enigma?
They are an enigma.
Yeah.
They are a singular thing. It's about building a brand for sure, Davey. And that's kind of what has come down for me, bro. Is with my streams and with being with N7, you know, we are stupid for sure.
Facts, yeah. Hey, I might be stupid, but I ain't dumb.
One thing that like is important to point out is yes, we're building a brand. We're with a professional organization that's definitely helped us learn like how to be, you know, combative in that aspect. But the thing about like our side with our personal streams and what we're trying to figure out is one, we're building our brand. We're figuring out how to be entertaining and how to captivate an audience to keep being here. And two, like we're putting in a lot of work. And I know Rush is too. Like when I work a Monday through Friday job, early in the morning to mid evening, 8 hours, 10 hours, that sort of thing. I come home, I stream for 4 hours, whatever it ends up being. Whenever I get home and can stream. Then as soon as we're done streaming, man, I have to go through all those clips. I start editing, I start compiling, and start working on those things. So like, you know, when you consider it a job. And when you really put in that effort, man, like when you're streaming 5 to 7 days a week, going to work 5 days a week, editing 5 to 7 days a week, I mean, we're putting in
the more
working time.
Yeah, the more work you put in, the more you're going to get out.
Hundreds of hours.
And like, yeah.
And that's the thing.
The quicker you'll be to affiliate and whatever, and clap in chat for Evan. He's affiliate. I'm not.
He's almost there.
We're there.
We're going to get the boys there.
Yeah, we're almost there, but yeah, so...
And I mean, the push for affiliate would not have been possible without the support from other people. Like I was given the support from our league organizer, Sergeant Dexter Griff. I was streaming 250 hours every month in a 30-day period. I mean, like I was streaming.
That's a lot, man.
Right, I was streaming 10 days worth of 10 to 11 days worth of time in a month. So I mean, out of all my sleeping time and my time working, 11 days of stream time in 1 month. Like it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of like learning how to just say, screw it. The numbers might not be at affiliate. The numbers might not be where I want it, but you can build that. Like something that really helped me is rating people. You know, when I have a stream and we have anything above like 2 viewers by the end of the night, I'm taking that and I'm rating someone else. I'm rating someone smaller than me most of the time, try and give them activity, or I'm rating someone bigger than me to try and get them to raid me back at some point. And that is a selfish thing. It's not just like, oh, I want to support this big streamer. No, it's, I mean, part of it is that we are really looking to build ourselves up by rating people bigger than us.
You gotta be active. You gotta pursue it, and you gotta want it.
Right. And you can't give up because you're not making, you know, your goals within a year or whatever.
Exactly. Like don't get discouraged because you're not instantly there. Like it's not gonna just be instant. There is those like 1 in a billion chances where some people do just start up and then like they just get hit and they get internet famous immediately, right? That's just don't count on that ever, you know. And I was saying like the more money you put into it, the more you're gonna get out. Yes, that is true, but that doesn't mean you gotta go spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a setup. You know, just small things to make it, you know, a little bit, you know, better of a stream. Like I was saying, the green screen or like the lights I'm using right now, $30 off Amazon, LEDs, like great.
Right.
To make it look better, and to just really captivate your audience. So
for sure, and I mean, when it comes down to it, there's streamers out there like, I think Sally is a Dog is one, that I think I read about. I don't want to be quoted on this either because I could be wrong, but I think it was like Sally is a Dog and what's that other dude's name? Symphony was big already.
Cloxy or
no. The Bentist.
Oh.
These are guys that stream for a long time before they reached affiliate, before they reached partner, things like that. There was an interview with Tim the Tatman.
I was going to say, yeah, Tim the Tatman's been streaming for like 7 years now.
Right. And he reached partner in his like 4th year.
Yeah.
Stone Mountain reached 100 followers in his 2nd year. And now he's a 30,000 average viewer.
Yeah.
He just actually, shout out to Stone Mountain, just hit 3 million followers on Facebook.
That's sweet. Does he only stream on Facebook?
Right.
Does he he must have a deal. Does he have a deal?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think he's the biggest streamer on Facebook.
Yeah, there's one other guy. I know, oh, Soup streams on Facebook. You know who Soup is?
I don't.
YouTuber. He streams on Facebook. That's the only one I know, really, the bigger ones.
But you never know when it's going to come to that point. You're just going to keep building.
Yeah.
You're going to keep going, and at some point, you're either going to hit it or you're not. And if you don't, you just keep going. You keep streaming, and you keep figuring out how to adjust and how to make yourself look better. I know that we have a lot of people, especially in my chat, that have been trying to make it streaming, like FaZe,
Keep going.
Cam, like Davey, Nane, Brock, all these guys. They're people who are consistently in my chat who are also trying to stream. And I think it's easy for all of us to get discouraged when we're not hitting the numbers, and we're just, we're trying to hit this goal that we have in our minds that we think we should be hitting, and it just takes more time than we really thought that it would.
Yeah. So.
But yeah.
Most of my stuff.
Exactly. Oh yeah. And I mean, that's all it takes. Like for me, it was really lucky because Chase had some stuff. Chase has supplied some stuff for mine. I had a computer. I had an Xbox. I had my TV. I bought a webcam.
Yeah, and like.
And just, I mean, even if you just have a console.
Yeah.
And a TV, like you can just
plug in your webcam and
you don't even have to.
Yeah,
you can just start. You can just start. You can just. That's what I did before I had a webcam. That's what I did. I literally downloaded the Twitch app on my Xbox and went live and started playing. Like that's just what happened.
But yeah, I mean, you don't have to immediately have all this stuff. Just start getting followers, start interacting with people. Yeah, and you just start small, like he's saying. You just download the app on your Xbox or PlayStation. If you just have a console, and then, get a webcam because obviously webcam's pretty important for streaming.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you work your way up, if you've got a computer, you don't have to have a high end computer to stream. I mean, like he's using a MacBook, which is a good computer, but it's not built for like gaming or anything. No. But just get a capture card. You don't have to buy the Elgato capture card that's like $200+ or whatever the stupid price it is. You can buy like what is it? I think the one I gave you was $45 on Amazon. Works great. It's the one I use all day. Then you don't need a super if you want to upgrade your mic or whatever. Like the Snowballs are great starter mics. That's like those are $50. Like you don't have to have the highest end stuff, but you just, work your way up and just slowly put stuff into it if that's what you want to do.
Right. And like I had this conversation, sorry Brock if you didn't want this on a podcast, but I had a conversation with Brachiosaurus, who is a pretty much Fortnite streamer, streams some other games for sure, but he's a Fortnite streamer, and he had this conversation with us about a month ago, probably somewhere near Christmas, and was like, I'm really discouraged. I don't know if I want to keep streaming. I'm just not really seeing the numbers. And if you don't know much about Brock, he was rated by a big-time streamer right when he started, hit affiliate really quick, and then kind of obviously was going to have a bit of a bottleneck with that, because obviously when you get rated by a big streamer, you're going to get a lot of followers, you're going to get a lot of viewers right away. And when you kind of see that decrease because you're no longer being rated by this big streamer, keeping your views up, it's going to be discouraging. And we had this conversation, but one thing that we kind of talked about was it's important to remember that if you have goals, and then if you have something that you want to achieve on this, and if you push hard enough, you're going to make it. I know it sucks going from that high of viewership right away to just kind of tapering off, and being a mid-level affiliate, which I think is great. I mean, there's definitely a lot of success to that, but it can be discouraging for sure. And I know I've been discouraged going from my average viewers right when I hit affiliate was around 9 to dropping down a little bit now. I mean, a little bit. It's not a big deal. Like, it's important to remember, like, we're gonna hit lulls. People are gonna get busy. People are gonna get tired of you for sure.
Yeah. Like I'm not consistently watching the same people I was watching a year ago. I do watch some of them. Like some of them I've stayed with for the last 3 years or whatever. But I'm not just because I watched someone for a couple months, back in 2020 or whatever, doesn't mean I'm watching them now. Yeah, so it's gonna go up and down, and your views are gonna go up and down, your followers are gonna go up and down, but
The thing is, if you keep streaming and
Yeah.
you keep pushing, you'll have people that are replacing the viewers that are getting tired of you and
Exactly.
things like that. Because that's just natural. People
Yeah.
get tired of you. I mean, you watch a TV show,
I get tired of you, dude.
right? Exactly. Yeah, we hate each other.
Yeah.
I'm not even friends with them anymore.
No. Fuck you.
All right, podcast over. I'm out.
Alright. We'll see you later, dude.
But that's the thing, though. It's like people are gonna get tired of you. It's okay. Who cares if you lose a viewer? Like, obviously, you should care about the person because that is a real human being behind your chat that was talking to you and has now disappeared. But
Davey makes a really good point. He just said it depends a lot on the game we play.
Right, for
Absolutely.
sure.
There's certain games we play. Like I tend to get my most viewers when I'm playing Rocket League. That's when I get my most viewers. I get my least amount of viewers when I'm playing COD, which is surprising because I play it professionally. But some people just don't want to. Some people just don't want to watch COD.
well, that's the thing, though. Is I think a lot of people, because it's so freaking
COD's a
saturated.
Very, yeah, I was gonna say
it's just
COD's a
so
very
saturated with viewers that people just. They're not going to discover small streamers because there's so many streamers ahead of you on Call of Duty.
Exactly.
Like,
There's a lot of big streamers.
You don't stream Call of Duty when Nick Mercs and Tim the Tatman are on because they're taking up like half of the viewers that are on Twitch in the Call of Duty segments. Like
Yeah.
that's actually just facts.
Yeah.
When Nick Mercs, Swag, and Tim the Tatman are streaming, they hold 72% of Call of Duty viewership at that time.
Yeah.
72%. So obviously playing a game like that and a game that's saturated with these big streamers, you know, because then you get these guys are dropping off. Okay, well then FaZe Blaze, Stone Mountain, these guys are getting on. It's gonna be harder to make it, but
Exactly. And I think that's a
you're
big
at the end of the list.
Yeah,
for sure.
and I think that's a big. I think that's an important thing to know. Like when you're starting streaming, you don't want to. You want to feel comfortable with the game you're streaming. Like game choice is such a big deal because you want to feel comfortable with the game you're streaming with, and then but you also don't like you were saying you're not going to grow as much if you're playing an oversaturated game like Call of Duty or Fortnite or whatever. Like,
right.
You want to find a game that's mid-level. You don't want to find a game with not a lot of viewers, like down low on the list, but you want to find the game that's mid-level, not super oversaturated, not super low viewers, but something you're comfortable with, something you can play comfortably and enjoy it. You want to be able to enjoy it, because if you're not going to enjoy the game, you're not going to enjoy your stream.
And you're going to get burnt out.
And you're going to get burnt out.
Because you're playing games you don't
Exactly. But, and here's another really key thing. Sorry, I'm switching over from the game. Your title choice is so... I think people overlook your stream title as like not a big deal when you're choosing that. If you're streaming, you need to put more effort than you think into your stream title. Put something to really draw on those viewers, you know.
And your tags, because if you put Rocket League playing with viewers, or if you put Forza car meet with viewers,
Exactly.
or racing with viewers, or auctioning trades, things like that in Rocket League and in Forza games like that, you're gonna increase your viewers.
Tags and stream title are huge because if your stream title's just playing COD or playing Rocket League, I'm not gonna click on you,
Right.
you know. But if you're like, just almost like how you see on YouTube like the clickbait, like this crazy ending, something like that, something to really just draw on your viewers and make you want to click. Like I know all of you guys have gone on YouTube and seen total clickbait videos, and you click on it just because you see the title.
Yeah,
that's what you want.
Tanner Fox is a great example of that.
Yeah,
from his when he started playing, or when he started YouTube videos, and he started like the vlogs, and he doesn't do this really anymore. But when he was trying to hit that like 10 mil, when he was trying to hit that 1 mil for subscribers, all of his titles would be like, I crashed my GTR, and I mean it was true. Like he would maybe scuff the bumper or something like that on a turn or something like that, or he'd be like, we broke up. Like things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's captivating. People will click on it because they're like, oh shoot,
exactly.
Did they break up? Or oh my gosh, he wrecked the $1 million GTR, whatever it is. It's so important.
Yeah. Those like game choice and title and tags are so big to be, to grow in that sort of sense. Because like I said, like. My lowest viewers are on COD, but that's why. It's because it's oversaturated. Because people like Tim the Tatman and Nick Mercs play, and no one wants to watch me over Tim the Tatman, right?
Right. Well, and sometimes you build viewers based on a certain game too. Like we have viewers in both of our chats that don't watch certain games that we play because they just don't. They're not interested in it. Like we've got people who are like, well, when you're on Rocket League, I'll turn on the stream, or when you're on Forza, I'll turn on the stream. And like the crazy thing about it is, I think one time in November or early December, I turned on Forza, put on Car Meet with viewers, and was just playing alone. And I had 20 viewers organically because they wanted to be a part of the stream or in the game with someone streaming or doing this thing in which they can build a community in Forza. Because if you can figure out how to build a community on your Twitch stream or in the game that you're playing, then you can build that community all the way into your Twitch. And figuring out how to captivate those people in one game so that they watch you in other games.
Yeah. Yep. And I'd say, like, treat every viewer, every person in chat, like, more than you would usually, right? Because you want to make those connections, and you want to be able to, when someone tunes in your stream, be like, oh, what's going on, man? Good to see you again. Like, you want to remember those things, and because then that's going to just keep drawing it back, because then they're going to be like, oh, it's like almost like a friendship, right?
Right. That's why I go for names and stuff like that. That's why I ask people's names, is because I want to get personal with viewers that are, here from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like people like, shout out to like Cam, Tugboat especially, FaZe. Yeah, Tugboat's the actual
Gray.
Gray.
Always Gray.
Jay.
Gray.
Cade. All these guys.
All these guys.
Davey, you're a streamer, and we'd rather shout you out as a streamer. But like these viewers who are day in, day out in the stream give a shit about us and not just the stream. These are the guys that you got to put an effort into. And it's really good for you too. Like, it's not just about the growth there. Like, I personally have this like strong, gratitude and like family community kind of feeling towards some of these viewers, like Tugboat, like Cam, like these guys, even though they could be 7 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they're family because they're here so much. They're always in there. They're always talking. They're hanging out. They care about the stream. They want to see us grow. And they are just fun to be around. They're fun to have in our chat. They're fun to play with, things like that.
Yeah.
Like, you never know. Even if I don't make anything out of my actual Twitch, I've made a community that I'm damn proud of.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're in it, if you're starting streaming and you're in it just for the money, it's pointless.
Right, you're gonna get so discouraged so quick because you're not gonna see the monetary thing come out for a long time.
You want to start and like we started because we wanted to build a community, a gaming community, whether we make money on it or not. Because I could care less if I make money from streaming. Right. I just want to I want to have fun with people. I want to play games because that's what I love to do. I love playing video games. And I love hanging out with people, meeting new people, that kind of thing, and having, like he was saying, kind of that family bond of just a whole community. For people that are like us, that just want to play video games and hang out and be funny and be vulgar,
Right. Just have the freedom to do whatever we want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, just like a family, piss each other off, things like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it works. And for me, like, wanting to try and make a career out of this, there's that level of, yes, absolutely, for me at least, I want to make money out of this because I want to be able to make this my career. I want to be streaming and I want to be hanging with you guys for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a long time. I mean, that's how growth works. It's not going to be instant, and it's probably not going to be this year, probably even next year, that I'll be able to just sit here and be like, I stream full time.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's a fish and an elk.
Oh, he's asking what his hat was. Oh.
Yeah, it's from Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. It's called like the Rep Your Water fundraiser is what it was. And so all these hats, you buy the hat and it goes towards conservation of the fish and wildlife in Montana. So, I mean, that's something else we didn't talk about. We're both from Montana. We both live here in Bozeman. We live in a place surrounded by mountains, surrounded by nature.
Surrounded with snow.
And surrounded by snow. 9 months of winter.
Yeah.
And it's really important to us to have that conservation of our land, because with what it started when I moved here in 2005, there was around 40,000 people here. Maybe a little less, probably.
Yeah, it's like 35 or something.
Probably 35. Now there's 100,000 in our valley. A lot of them are from California.
That's so
and there's
crazy.
no dogging against California, but there is this element of like, we grew up here, this is our home. We this land is sacred to us, and this wildlife is important to us. And then
Yeah.
all these people come in. There's poaching. There's overhunting. There's all this stuff, and it's ridiculous. Like, these people are hunting without tags. These people are fishing without licenses. They're pulling out fish that are endangered, or they're not washing their boats and introducing, what are the zebra mussels into our rivers and our lakes. Like, that's really dangerous. So conserving that is a big deal to me. So any way that I can support conservation in our town, it's important.
For sure. Yeah.
But I think
that's probably about
that's
it for today, guys.
tonight.
I think this was a good first episode, a good introductory episode. I think you guys should kind of have an understanding that we're gonna hop from topic to topic and not talk about one thing the whole stream. And if you guys have any topics you'd like us to talk about, any input you want us to put in, even if we're like not familiar with it, we'll try it. We'll go for it. So
yeah. I mean, tweet at us, send us messages,
tune into the
come into
Twitches.
the Discord. Yeah, come to our Twitch. Tell us what we need to fix. Tell us what you want. Tell us what you want us to talk about. Tell us if you want us to give your opinion on something. Because, like I said, this is Rage Quit. Nothing is off limits. We will talk about anything as long as it doesn't get us, banned. So we're here to stay. We're gonna keep doing this every week. Make sure that if you didn't catch the whole thing, or if you want to spread it around and help us out, we're gonna be posting it on YouTube to our YouTube channel, Rage Quit. It will be on in a bit. Probably by the end of the day.
Yep.
Probably posted actually on Monday for the week. And just let us know. Let us know what we need to improve on. Let us know what you liked about it, and come back with some questions. And let's keep the riffing going. I personally just love being able to just sit here and answer questions from chat.
Yeah, and just
for the podcast.
talk and yeah.
Because that's all we want to do. We just want to riff with people. That's why we started the podcast. Riff about what we hate, what we like. Riff about,
Literally
what our viewers
anything.
want to
Yeah.
say. That's why nothing is off limits.
Yeah, nothing is off limits.
Because even though we're idiots, we'll talk about anything.
Yeah.
And we'll speak on anything even if we don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we'll preface it that I have no idea what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, this is what I'm talking about. So.
Sorry, what were we saying?
I don't know.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for tuning in.
Absolutely.
Whether
Thank you
you're
so much,
live
everyone
right
who's here.
now listening, or you're listening when we're not live. But appreciate you guys tuning in. We will catch you on the next episode of Rage Quit.
And we will be live on our streams at some point today, probably.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see you guys on the gaming field. We'll see you guys in Tokyo. Hanichiko.